Ever feel like all those retirement dreams, those relaxing days on the beach or traveling the world could just vanish because of something totally out of your control?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a pretty common worry, actually.
Like, what if the market decides to take a nosedive right when you're ready to say goodbye to the daily grind?
Oh, don't even remind me. It's enough to give anyone a few sleepless nights.
That's exactly what happened to John and Lisa. They're a couple in their early 60s who thought they'd done everything right, saved diligently, the whole 9 yards.
401ks, IRAs, even a little bit of playing the stock market game, they were set, or so they thought.
Bam. Market downturn right before they're ready to retire.
Talk about a major curveball.
Suddenly, they're staring at the very real and terrifying possibility of outliving their savings.
Which, let's be honest, is a nightmare scenario for anyone planning for retirement.
So they had to scramble, looking at options they hadn't even considered before. And that's where things get kind of interesting.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
Turns out, the solution that gave them some peace of mind was a fixed indexed annuity.
Oh, that's an interesting twist.
Yeah, I know, right? Doesn't sound like the most obvious choice, so let's dive into that.
Yeah, let's unpack this annuity thing.
So first off, why an annuity for someone in John and Lisa's position? What made it such a good fit for them?
Well, they were really facing two major fears, right? First, another market crash could just decimate whatever savings they had left.
Right, like they had already been burned once. They didn't want to go through that again.
Exactly. They needed some protection. And the second fear, well, running out of money, plain simple.
Outliving their assets, that's the big one.
And a fixed indexed annuity, it addresses both those anxieties head on.
Okay, so how does this type of annuity work?
Yeah.
Especially compared to, say, just sticking your money in the stock market and hoping for the best.
So think of it as kind of a hybrid. You still get to participate in market gains, so there's potential for growth, but it's got this built-in safety net, a buffer against losses.
So you get the upside without the heart-stopping drops.
Precisely. You're not directly invested in the market, so if things go south, your principal is protected.
That's got to be a huge weight off your shoulders, especially when you're nearing retirement.
Oh, absolutely. That peace of mind is priceless, especially for folks who've seen how volatile things can get.
But there are some trade-offs,
Yeah.
right? You don't just get all this protection and potential for growth with zero downsides.
You're right, there are some things to consider, like your gains are usually capped. There's a limit to how much you can earn, even if the market goes through the roof.
So you might miss out on some of those massive gains if things go really well.
Exactly. And another thing, annuities aren't as liquid as other investments.
Meaning you can't just pull your money out whenever you want without some consequences.
Right, there can be penalties if you withdraw too early, and you might miss out on other opportunities if you're locked into a contract.
So it's all about weighing the pros and cons and seeing what fits your needs and risk tolerance, right?
Absolutely. It's about finding that balance between growth potential and security.
Now, going back to John and Lisa, what really drew them to this particular annuity was the guaranteed income aspect. Can you tell me more about that?
Sure. That's where the lifetime income rider comes into play. It's basically like an insurance policy against outliving your savings. It guarantees a certain amount of monthly income, like a paycheck, no matter what the markets are doing. And it does this for as long as you live.
Wow, so that's got to provide some serious peace of mind, especially if you're worried about running out of money in your later years.
Absolutely. It takes a lot of the guesswork out of retirement planning. Your basic expenses are covered no matter what craziness the market throws your way.
And here's the thing, even though John and Lisa's other investments, the ones that took a hit, eventually recovered, that annuity remained a cornerstone of their plan.
Right. It gave them that steady, dependable income stream that they could always count on, even when things were looking up.
So it's not an all or nothing thing, right?
Right.
You can have a diversified portfolio with some parts focused on growth and others, like this annuity, providing that safety net.
Exactly. It's all about tailoring your approach to your specific circumstances, and let's be real, everyone's situation is different.
So this brings up a crucial question for anyone listening. Could an annuity, maybe one with this lifetime income rider, be a good fit for you?
That's the $1,000,000 question, or maybe the $1,000,000 retirement dollar question.
Exactly. But are there other ways to build that retirement income security? Things that might align better with your own goals and risk tolerance?
There are a bunch of options out there. Dividend-paying stocks, real estate, bond ladders, just to name a few. Each one comes with its own set of pros and cons.
So no easy answers, huh?
Not really, but that's why it's so important to do your homework, understand your own needs, and maybe even talk to a financial advisor who can help you navigate all this stuff.
It's easy to get caught up in all the doom and gloom predictions about market crashes and outliving your savings. But John and Lisa's story, it's a good reminder that there are ways to build a secure retirement.
Absolutely. And remember, even when the unexpected happens, you've got options.
So true. Thanks so much for taking the deep dive with me today. It's been really insightful.
You got it. And for everyone listening, remember, retirement planning isn't a solo mission. Do your research, talk to the experts, and find the strategies that let you enjoy those golden years no matter what curveballs life throws your way.
Great advice. And on that note,